live.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing on this wonderful evening? We got all the regulars in the house. There is one notable comment that I saw in here while I was getting warmed up. Scott McClurry says he was on somebody's show and somebody won a pinpointer. And I'm having trouble because with Scott's track record, I cannot possibly believe it was him.
Did he win it?
I don't know. He doesn't say. We got all the regulars in the house.
Well, the problem is, Scott, were you there to accept it? That's the question.
Were you there? Exactly. Relic Reaper, Shannon Dalton, Leanne Crawford, Backbreaking, Lance, Mr. Minix.
Leanne, your winning pouch from last week went out today, ma'am. Old Pelone, hello. Stu, Little Penny Coins, Gregory. Lucky Duck Digger says, I'm jumping in. If it's too hot, I'll jump back out. Good evening, Rob Rygold. Hello, Jay Paul. Says it's raining. I didn't get outside to detect and I caught up on sleep. Troy and I did that 1915 house. We got the lot next to it, and we got done it a little fast because there wasn't as many finds as we were hoping, and we were starting to do a street tear out. And the lady came out and talked to Troy, and she didn't have much of a front yard, but she had a huge backyard on a 1910 house. We went over and did that too. Pulled some more goodies out of that. So 2 permissions and a street tear out.
Very nice. I got a good story for you. My friend Mr. Minix won a pinpointer on, I don't know if it was your stream or Rob's stream, or your stream or Charlie's stream the other day, but Mr. Minix won a pinpointer from you guys. It piqued his interest, so he ordered himself a Xterra Pro or Xterra. No, get this, Rob. He gets it to his house and excitedly opens the box and assembles the thing like we all do, you know, kid in a candy store. Takes it out in the yard without even charging it. Before he even charges the battery or very far from his door, he found a 1960s Campbell's Soup Girl spoon.
Oh, wait a minute. He sent me a picture of that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, was it Campbell's Soup? It looked like a Gerber spoon.
I thought he said it was a 60s Campbell's.
Okay, it could be. I was just, okay, hold on. He sent me a picture, and I told him we would share that this weekend. You're right. That is the Campbell Soup little girl. And there it is, guys. We'll be happy to show that for Mr. Minix.
Can you imagine? Look at that. Can you imagine in your first hour of metal detecting?
That is flipping awesome, guys. I don't have anything like that. Congratulations, Mr. Minix.
Yeah, very nice, Minix. He's got a video on his channel, other stuff he found. He also found a whole intact little tiny kid's car. I mean, by little tiny, I mean like hand size. He said he couldn't find any markings on that, but that is nuts. Very nice, Minix. Good job.
It's a busy night for live stream. Yes, Donna, when I just logged on here, there was at least 3 or 4 other streams going on tonight. I know JP's Bar is doing their regular Saturday night. Oh, too early for that. Good evening, Magna Man. Good evening, Papa Rouse. Miss Donna, Tom Kingery, Joe, Bad Idea Lab, Lucky James Eller. I may not be in the stream tomorrow, I hate to say. We'll be thinking about you, James. There's Moon. Moon over Miami. Miss Grandma Kay's here. The world traveler.
Yeah.
People used to say this about my mom, that she didn't let any grass grow under her feet. And I'll say that Grandma Kay reminds me of my mom that way. My mom loved driving. She loved going new places. And my mom always said she never got lost if she just found a new way to go somewhere. That's what they say.
Nice.
Mr. Jeremy in all caps. We got Mr. Jeremy here. That's how I can always tell it's Jeremy and not Tanya because he's in all caps.
Yeah.
Relic Reaper Don. Good evening, Don. Evening, Brian. Backbreaking. Silver Streak. Ron E. Good evening. Mr. Scott McClory. William E. Good evening, William.
AU Diver. Hello, AU.
My keyboard works great with the clipboard. Way to go. Shannon Dalton. Good evening, Shannon. Missed it. I think we're all ready for distraction. It's been one hell of a week. I agree with that, Mystic. There is Mrs. Can Do. Welcome. Little penny coins. Howdy, silver wishes. Marty V. There's Lance. Outcast metal detecting. What up, guys? I know, Donna, you start off this first part of the chat and it just flies. There's Gregory saying hi. Mark the Berg Hunters here. Oh, wow. He says 240 people in the chat. That's a hell of a good chat. You want to bet, hon?
Oh, Florida Knox, hello.
Ask if they run.
That's Mr. Dalton, isn't it?
Are you ready in bed? I was going to ask you to make me a cup of coffee if you would. Thanks.
Are you in the doghouse,
Oh,
Rob?
here, Florida Knox. Good evening, sir.
Rob, are you in the doghouse or something? Did you lose a cat?
No, I put it on mute meant to ask Denise very politely if she would get me a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but you had to ask. None of us are used to that. We're afraid something's wrong.
She was getting ready to bed, so she was already past the 60, so.
Usually in all her greatness, it appears before you with
It
God.
doesn't just appear like it's magic. That is true. She's had a long day today, though. She doesn't normally work on Saturdays, and she put a pretty full day in today. Dirt Devil Detecting, good evening. Happy Bears, good evening.
Mr. Jan is asking that anybody who knows Captain Jack Scrapper say a prayer. He's in the hospital. I don't know why.
I only know the name. Hi, Miss Georgianne. I didn't get a response back from your email, Miss Georgianne, the one I sent you. I was hoping for a response back. TK1 Detect, good evening. Mr. Minnick says, look at that. I'm up on the sticker board, Zach.
Oh, yeah. That's what he meant when he said sticker board. I just put that up here. I'm running out of room. I mean, I have so many great stickers. I couldn't put them all up there, but I'm running out of room there on my camera.
Zach, remind me, and I'm going to do the sticker pack that I got a couple weeks ago. It's got some like adult orientated. Now, when I say that, I say like 420 stickers and stuff, and I'm not really into the whole 420 culture. So,
yeah,
if somebody wants to win those tonight, we'll give away a pack of 420, a group of 420 friendly stickers tonight.
All right.
Probably more appropriate for Saturday night than it is Sunday morning.
Oh, there's a bunch of people who are into that stuff though, so it's no big deal.
Yep. Got oh man, it's just some regular ones too. I like this one right here. Pops Magnafish, and it's got the blue crab. You folks not from Maryland. That's the Maryland state flag from Lord Calvert. And then got a beautiful blue crab there around them. That is like the number one food item of Maryland is the blue crab. Look at that. He's got drinks coming to him too.
Who does?
You do. Your daughter just dropped off a drink.
Oh, yeah, me. Yeah, but then see that mine was under threat of great bodily injury. There's a difference. When I ask the kids to get me a drink, they just know that they probably should.
My dad was a pretty crusty old guy, but his bark was worse than his bite. But he had a real dry sense of humor. It took my one buddy Steve years to get to learn, but all my friends learned that he had his Archie Bunker chair, and so if he wasn't home and one of my buddies was sitting in the chair, the second that front door opened, I mean, it was like by magic. Their ass they just came out of the chair vertical because they didn't want to be caught in that chair the minute he walked in that house. So it was just funny seeing how fast my buddies could get out of his chair.
Hi, St. Lucie. Yeah, I thoroughly despise anyone being in like a computer chair.
Bernie? Yeah, it was a Campbell's. I thought Donna when he first sent it to me, I thought it was a Gerber because Dalton found a beautiful Gerber silver spoon, but I didn't know Campbell's made one too, which makes sense. And they've been around for a long time. So yeah, that's a beautiful Campbell soup spoon.
I just can't believe he had that many finds in his yard the first day.
Now, see, I've never lived in an old property like that, so that would be way cool. Good evening, NorCal.
Come here.
I don't have anything I do.
Come on, this will be an overwhelming opinion. Okay, I have a question for everybody in chat.
Fire away.
All right, hang on. Put your head on the screen. All right, that is my 16-year-old kid. Is that his spirit animal?
You're so bad. You're so...
He's a freaking alpaca. He's got a spirit animal. It doesn't get much better than that.
Oh, as long as he's cool with it. I don't think I've been as skinny as him my entire life.
I was, but they weren't good years.
Good evening, Miss Wendy. There's Mr. Greg.
Mystic.
Billster. Well, I'm still 7 minutes behind the chat. Good evening, Bud Files. Yeah, great find, Mr. Minix. There's backbreaking. Hello, Angie and Rick. Family Adventures.
Hi, PD.
Oh, she's already back in Colorado. Wow. Damn, she's done some serious mileage. Wow. From Tennessee back to Colorado.
Yeah, that's a lot. I thought she was headed to West Virginia the last time I saw. I stop in to her lives, but I'm mostly just chatting with people in chat, randomly listening to her. No offense, Grandma Kelly. Sorry.
See, she says, I know she probably meant wander there. I wander. I try to get lost. My mom didn't try, but if she did get lost, she never let it bother her. She just figured out where to go to there. Of course, we were coming back from my sister's in Kansas City one time, and I was sleeping on the passenger side, and she woke me up and she said, I think I missed a turn. And I said, why? She goes, because we're in Indiana. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, we should be nowhere near Indiana from Missouri to Florida.
She was looking for that highway for hours. Where is it?
I'm telling you. There's Mr. Jim Steele. Good evening, Jim. Yeah, I know, Nash. I can't. It's going to get returned, Nash. That spot right there is bugging the hell out of me, Nash. It's on the inside of the lens. So this camera's getting returned. I actually can't believe it made it out of the factory without a check like that somebody didn't see that. Boom! Joe had a great week. 3 silver rosies last week. That's more than I have for the whole year. I have 2 silver coins for the year. And a 61 Canadian quarter in the Coinstar. Boom! Little penny coins in chat is flying. Good evening, Mark C. Hello. Brian Ollier. There's Miss Paula Abrams. Good evening, Paula.
She was in West Virginia.
He means Mr. Charlie. He's in, where was he going, Zach?
Last I knew, they had him in Rikers, and they were trying to transfer him over to another one.
How do you show me, Mo Diggs?
No,
Michael, I appreciate the comment, but that's as far as we're taking that tonight. We don't do politics on the channel, sir.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome, buddy, but just no more politics, sir.
Hi, Scott. Oh, Scott's back in chat. Did you win that pinpointer, Scott, or was that somebody else? And also, we got another announcement here. Show Me Mo Diggs has survived another year, so he must not have been that bad to his wife. Congratulations.
Happy birthday and happy anniversary, sir.
Oh, is it his birthday too?
It says my wife's birthday. Today's my wife's and my my wife and my anniversary. I read that wrong. You're right. I read that wrong. Happy anniversary. Dirt Devil, Zach didn't like the sound of my mic last week, but he says it sounds better this week. Good evening, Michelle.
Actually, you're breaking up a little bit, but it's tolerable.
Scott McClory, you have a pinpointer collection.
Paula. Did he win that pinpointer? I didn't see his answer. Kenneth Bird, hello.
You got it, Mystic. Hi, Yodi. How we doing? People trying to ask what happened to Captain Jack. There you go. Diana's just giving a big group hello to everybody. Not Diana.
Scott McClary is professing that he did win that pinpointer and people in chat saw it.
There you go, Jay Paul. This is cool. I know a bunch of potheads. Alicia, sorry. I always confuse Diana with Crazy About Mercury. Ouch, Mike. Zach looks like he misses his girl.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, Mike Charlie's not going to like that one. There's my favorite Dobie.
Yeah, the rest of the family's getting home. I'm going to have to go mute in a minute, I'm sure.
It's always weird, Zach, seeing when your front door's open that it's still daylight out there.
Oh, it's not daylight out here. The fireball in the sky is still raging with fury.
It was our water here, Zach. Denise's pool and the Gulf of Mexico are both already at 90 degrees, and it's just June 1st.
Man, that isn't good.
I mean, normally this time of year, our pool's a little cool, a little cold to get in, and the Gulf's around 83, 84, already warming up. But Denise was in the pool the other day, and she said it didn't even like chill her when she got in.
Yeah, that'd be like taking a bath in salt water. No thanks.
Howdy, Jared, Flying Arrow. Alicia says my flight got grounded. I had to rush here. I have to be in Pittsburgh on Monday as well. Wow, she's heading all over. You doing, Luderate?
Louisville Real says he's helping his kid move.
There you go, Lewis.
Ohio Shane's in the house. I didn't see him, but they're saying hello to him. I still don't. Oh, no, I didn't see him because we're on your channel.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He has to go to his shorts, the ORH shorts, for me to be able to see him.
107 in California, Moon. I don't think I got that hot. Sun was blazing, though.
Now, are you in Southern or Northern California, Zach, or mid?
Southern. I'm in San Bernardino County.
And California's so big that there's a big difference in the weather between Southern California and Northern California, isn't there?
There's a big difference in the weather from this side of the street to that one. It's ridiculous.
Hi, Zach's wife.
She's busy.
Oh, wow. She was in West Virginia for 3 days. Wow, she made it pretty far East Coast then.
Yeah, she flies quite quick. Shannon Dalton says there are heavy thunderstorms and tornadoes around him. Hello, Shane. Now we can see you.
I know, Greg. This chat's just flying.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have been close to that, Skitty, when I was in England, and my weekend, my few days I spent in France. My hotel room, they had a little sink in the room where you could gargle and brush your teeth, but you couldn't swallow the water. And I must have swallowed just a few drops, and I got dysentery. When I got back to England, oh my God, I was sick for like 2 weeks. I couldn't eat for 2 weeks. Lost everything I had. The time I flew home to my sister's in Kansas City, she said she had never seen me that skinny. Wow, Grandma Kelly, over 5,000 miles on this trip. She'll be in San Diego on Wednesday. Wow. Barton's my problem. Charlie's in a parking lot near you. Not near me, near Zach. Happy birthday, Brian Euler. Happy birthday. First, good evening, Kenneth Bird. Hello, Kenneth. Oh, he did win it, Zach. I know you're on the phone, but he did win it. There's Miss Mandy's Candy. Hi, Mandy. Make sure I don't want to miss anybody. There you go. Show me Mo Diggs says, yep, he won it. Yeah, I forgot he was on Thursday night. He skipped last week, and that threw me off for being on Thursday nights. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. I tried very, very hard to get the names right, so I apologize. There's Mr. Chris. Oh, I'm just got down to where he's been moving. I know, Nash. It's been dark here for, holy smokes, 107 degrees here in California.
Read what Mark put up there.
Well, now I know where your kids get all their height, Zach. Your wife looks very tall.
Yeah, she's a hair taller than me. I'm shrinking, but I'm probably down to about 5'10" and a half.
And she's even taller than that?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Magnum Man says, here in Nebraska, we say if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Man, I saw that somebody did a short on that massive tornado out in Iowa. I mean, that might have been the widest tornado I've ever seen on a short.
Oh, did they have an F5 out there?
Let me see if I can find it.
Not that I want anybody to have to encounter that, but just after the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, I don't know of any other F5s that were filmed very well. But in today's day and age, there would be a lot of film of that.
Yeah, here's the one I saw. Look at the size of that thing on the ground.
That's huge.
It's freaking massive. Near Iowa City, it says. See, that's what I want. I want them just out there in the middle of nowhere where they don't bother anybody.
Yeah.
But that's just massive.
I mean, a poor farmer's field, but
yeah, that guy's house. I mean, I hope it went around it, but yeah, I mean, you know, we get a lot of people say, "Well, you guys are in Florida. You guys get hurricanes." We got 9 days to get ready for a hurricane. Okay.
Well, that's just like us with an earthquake. They say it's so terrible, but 1 minute it's there, 1 minute, or 1 minute it's gone, next minute it's there.
Yeah, Grandma Kay said she's gone through some. Yeah, I don't think that's exactly what he said, Bill. This is what he said.
I think he might be mad at Rob.
He's always busting my chops.
Hello, Ron Darrell.
Wow. Dallas Fort Worth area, Tom Kennery says, and they're still without power from last week's storm. Wow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of crazy tornadoes, and people can talk about earthquakes all they want, but
Oh, Mandy, that's not right. Telling me you just ate 8 Oreos when I love Oreos. Grandma Kay, I'm sure one of us has his address that we can send you. You can go by and bug him. There's Bart Cubbins. Good evening, Bart. Scott says, check your email.
Oh, check private chat too.
Oh, look at this. Scott, did you win this?
Silver Wishes, that was a year or 2 or 3 ago. It was a red Chevy truck, a Mexican guy. They interviewed him after. That wasn't a new one, but they keep reusing it.
2-ounce silver Lego metal detectorist. How flippin' cool is that? Look at the little metal detector and his little Lego hands. That is just way too talented right there. That is way cool.
That is cool. Scott says he bought that.
Oh, he bought that. It's just way cool.
Yeah, how foolish of you thinking he won something.
That's true. You said check. Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
As a matter of fact, Pat from past and present. Told me to re-gift the one he won, Zach.
Nice.
So we have one. We have one right here. We can do that. So yeah, guys, we're going to be giving away, courtesy of Pat from Past and Present Metal Detecting. He's asking me to pay it forward, so we have a silver $50 to give away tonight. We have a sticker pack and probably a few other goodies too. Let's see if we can get caught up here. It is, Shane. It's a spot on the inside of the lens. It's going back. Mystic says he's already ready with the hurricane, with the plywood. Yeah, we did that last year or 2 years ago. I think I saw a cow fly by. Oh, Jim says that one was only an F3. Holy crap, if that was only an F3, I don't want to see an F5. Let's move over so that dot's not in my face. Ron Terrell, good evening, Ron. Shane, I wish I could, buddy. Look, I clean it. See, you can see it's on the inside. It's not coming off. So yes, this camera's getting returned. There you go. Magnum Man says, I'll take an earthquake over a tornado. Those tornadoes are just scary ass things. Yep. Good evening, digologist. There you go, Bart. Supposedly tornado alley's moving east. Well, that'll get it further away from my sister in Kansas City. I worry about her out there all the time. Oh, George Ann says, Ron, Jack is in the hospital. There's Don. There's Tom Riley.
NorCal figured out what Scott got.
Out of Garden, good evening. Welcome to the chat. Sorry we haven't said hello earlier. I'm a little bit behind on the chat.
Yeah, Martin, she said he couldn't come out and play with us today.
Wow, any month you get $40 in clad. I haven't gotten $40 in clad in a long time, Metal Detector. Oh, that's from the Trash Chipkin Facebook page. You can make anything out of silver or gold. Great follow. Thank you, Scott. Tom Relly got his stickers and a silver dime. Thank you for letting me know, Tom.
Nice, Tom.
I mailed out 12 packages this week.
I was trying to highlight it, but you kept hitting other people's messages.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Okay. Oh, that's great. The F on a tornado has nothing to do with the diameter, but with the speed. That's right. I forgot. It's the wind speed.
Yeah, the wind speeds.
Oh yeah, Mystic. I'll take. Yeah, after watching Twister, I'd rather. Now they're coming out this year with Twisters with an S on the end with a whole new cast. But considering that how much the special effects have improved in 15 years, it's probably going to be a pretty incredible movie. You see what Jeremy wrote? Yeah, but he's not here tonight, Jeremy. There's Mr. Martin Bishop. Actually, Martin, Charlie's gone for a week up with Brad and his wife. Charlie's wife did not go. She's staying home with her fairly new dog. But it could be, Mark. But I think they're going up to Brad's family, and I can't remember where Brad's family's from, but wherever it's at, they're doing a 1908 house up there. Charlie's pretty excited. And I know what he wants to find. He wants to find that Zach B. nickel. Hi, Mrs. Zach. Oh, he's got it on mute. Wow, good for you, Bernie. Good for you. No, Greg, I would not want to see that, buddy. Please be safe when you're out there doing that. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Papa Rouse, thank you for the $5. I missed Bill's. Thank you, Bill. Bill rocks too. So thank you, Bill and Magna Man. I'm glad you didn't either, Grandma Kay. There's Miss Fairy Dust. Hello. Scott McClory, I believe that's the Fujita scale, which is much better than we did on Trivia Tuesday night. We sucked at Trivia Tuesday night. Worst score we ever had. We did get the final right, so we doubled our score, but even doubling our score, we didn't finish in the top 3. Wow, Rob said he heard Memorial Day Theaters did the worst performance in decades.
Sorry, Rob.
It's all right. Torchy's here. Good evening, Torchy. Thank you, Bill. Bill McKellar is going to be in San Diego from Wednesday to Friday. That's right where Rob Weigold is, so maybe she'll get with Rob.
Oh, good. Hopefully she gets out to get a detect with him.
Texas Donna, that's probably right. Holy smokes, the tornado that struck Wichita Falls, Texas in '79 was rated an F4. It was 1.5 miles wide by 2.4 miles long. It dropped a lady's purse in Tulsa, Oklahoma, among other debris. Wow.
Which one?
Thank you, Torchy. Thank you so much. Canadian $5. Thank you, Torchy. Torchy, I will get you out a sticker, as I will for Magna Man also. Evening, Nash. Oh, he actually is looking to purchase a Manicore. I'll bug Charlie, Jeremy, about getting his sent back in to fix the sound, because obviously it's still under warranty, and he might be willing to let that go for a good price, Jeremy. I don't want to speak for Charlie, but he just might. Wow, Rob.
Hello, Mary.
Thank you, Scott. I do know one or two things. Thank you, Mark the Bird Hunter. Boom. Wow. See, Paul, that shit's just scary. That stuff's just scary. There's Miss Autism Mary. Miss Mary's here. Good evening, Miss Mary. Rob, you suck every night. Thank you, Miss Mary. It's good to have you in the chat. What's your dog's name again, Zach?
That's Oda. ODA.
ODA. Hi, Oda. Hi, Oda.
She didn't listen to microphones.
Why's your wife doing all the work while you're sitting there, Zach?
I've been working all day.
He just told me to stop yelling. Yeah, Bill. Oh, I bet it did, Silver Streak. Bill Bresky, good evening. Look at that. We're only 36 minutes in and I'm caught up with the chat.
Hello, Bill. Hello, what's in the plug?
Hey, what's in the plug? Good evening. Well, that's true, Torchy. I know Denise very rarely is ever not going. The only time she's not working is right now when she's in bed. And I just got yelled at for yelling at.
Some, no comment.
Yeah, you know, I'm missing UFC to be here.
I know. I read that.
Thank you, Leanne. We appreciate your sacrifice tonight. You know what, Zach? I'm going to go ahead and go split screen here.
All right.
Go up and see if we can figure out the first race. I want to make sure a couple new names are in here. I want to make sure Magna Man's in here.
Don't matter.
Yep, Magna Man's in there. Make sure St. Lucy's still in here. I haven't seen him. Yep, St. Lucy's in there.
Hello, Olin.
Howdy, Olin.
Bill, you should call in. Kelly, it's too hot to go out in the deserts right now.
Our neighbors came over and they were like, we went out this morning and after that we stayed the whole day in the house because it was just too hot. They're from Michigan. They're not used to this heat.
Sorry about that.
All right, just double checking the list here, make sure we have everybody in. Santa Claus checking his blood.
Did you ever get an ETA on your shirt, Rob?
No, he just says it's been ordered, but it did not come in this week. Oh, I think Denise put it in bed. I had that beautiful shirt from Silver Street here. The weight, I lose just a little bit more weight to wear that. Texas Don in there. We got Torchy in there. What's in the plug? We've got everybody that's here in the race already. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty common anymore.
Alrighty, guys, let's go here to present. Share screen. Share screen.
Oh, he says the shirt's coming to you this next week. I'll get you a tracking number. I was just asking, really.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to start this right off for a. I'm not going to mess around tonight. We're going to start this right off for a silver half dollar. I don't know if you can hear the dog snowing in the background. We got the big black lab here for the next 2 weeks. Alrighty, guys, shuffle characters. Shuffle characters. Shuffle characters. This is for a 40% silver half dollar. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, good luck, good luck, everybody. A lot of good names out there. There's Scott Sharp, protecting fines. Florida Knox is up there with the Christmas hat. There's Miss Georgianne with the green mohawk. Mrs. Can Do. Gourmet. The third Troll and Troy. Venture the Papaw. Bud Files is fading. Luke Jackson's up there in front. Along with Jersey Ray Diggs. Park Rat Pat. Miss Bells. Bart Cubbins. Mr. Troy is slowly making his way up as the grandma in disguise. There we go, guys. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Tom Riley's up there with the big Russian hat. I forget what they call those. Treasure Hunter Neil. Watched a couple of his shorts today. All right, there's Jeremy David. Dale M's coming up. Come and detect Metal Sharks. That's J-Man. Jackson had to go for a minute. All right, we got Yeti. We got Rusty Digger. This could be anybody's race, guys. All right, guys, here comes the 19-second fade. Boom. Wow, everybody's fading. Georgianne's keeping up there with Bart Evans, who's coming flying up. Here comes Sherry Lynn Martin. Can Georgianne hold? No, she can't hold on for 8 seconds. Keegan, it could be Jonathan Smelko, but we haven't seen him tonight. Boom. Okay, let's go to participants and see who is here. I don't see Jonathan here. I don't see BC Treasure Trails. I don't see Dale M. If any of you folks are here, please let us know. If not, if Mr. Minix is still here, it's going to go over to Mr. Minix. Mr. Minix, are you still here? Mr. Minix is here. Boom. Congratulations, Mr. Minix. Alrighty, let me Mr. Minix, that's my email right there, flthunder@me.com. And there you go. Send me an email, sir. And that is courtesy of Pat from Past and Present Metal Detecting. Thank him very, very much. There we go, guys. I didn't see mine either, Jim. Ouch, Mary. Ouch. Thank you, Georgianne. We're watching a lot of shorts this week. It's weird not having a co-host because you don't have anybody's voice to bounce back off. Being in here, it's almost like doing a podcast because you don't have any feedback.
That's what it's been for a long time, Tom. Years.
you mean your thumbnail screen when you go off?
Yeah, the Wile E. Coyote. That's how it's set up on everything.
My dad always loved watching Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. That was one of his favorite cartoons.
Those were good cartoons.
They were very violent, and nobody got hurt.
Well, except for the coyote.
Yeah, but he always came back.
He deserved it though. That was the point. That was the point of the cartoon. You know, he tried nefarious things and he deserved it.
Ooh, nefarious. Good word there, sir.
Oh, I know you're. I forget sometimes you're a word junkie.
Yes. One of the best words is in The Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis when he says to the bad guys, "The situation has become untenable." Congratulations, Papaw. Magna Man says, interesting fact, the coyote is actually faster than the Roadrunner. Well, he can never catch him, but congratulations, Papaw. Yeah, Grandma Kay says she used to watch them. I grew up watching them.
Yeah, most of us used to watch them. Those were decent cartoons.
Rick says, that was my nickname because my last name was Wiley. Yeah, that'll work.
Jim.
Are you serious, Scott?
Yeah, I was reading that. That's nuts too, Mandy. 150 people brawl. Makes you wonder what kind of event it was.
Mount Pleasant funeral fight, gun drawn, 5 people arrested. That's unreal. We watch a lot of Card Fight today.
The cartoons are worse than garbage now, Mary.
Really? That was a great cartoon. Oh, that's hilarious.
No, those were read to me too, Mystic.
Speedy Gonzalez was another one. Yep.
That was a funny cartoon.
Oh, way to go, Neil. Neil's friends got them a van tonight, so they were out picking up the van, but he said the weather was pretty bad, so I told him please be safe tonight. He wasn't sure if he could make the stream. Glad you're home, Neil. Congrats on getting a new vehicle.
I'm glad he made it. I see a lot of people that just bought cars and they don't make it. It's unfortunate.
Paul Casper says he did catch him in one episode. See, I was a little kid. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think
Mighty Mouse.
I think he might have caught him. Mighty Mouse was funny. Pepe Le Pew, yeah, they already canceled him, Scott.
I've been watching your backgrounds, by Zach. I'm so happy to see your wife has your daughter.
Oh, you'd be amazed how often nothing goes on in my background, and then magically it goes on at 6:45 on Saturday night. I'm real pleased about that. Hello, Jason Miner. There's not.
I know, man. They should have sold tickets to that funeral. CNS Odyssey. Good evening.
There's an undermotive, I assure you.
Oh, he says a real Roadrunner. Yeah, I think that would freak me out too.
Pretty much, Mystic. I mean, I might get out somewhere and do something, but it's too hot to be too deep in the desert.
You know, Mandy was saying I've seen people steal, but not only steal something I couldn't believe my eyes. Did you see that actor, that TV actor from, what is it, General Hospital in New York City? He saw some guys. They were underneath his car stealing his catalytic converter for the gold and the chemicals.
Yeah.
Milton and ran over there, and they shot him. They killed him over a freaking catalytic converter. Same people.
You know,
See,
they're
Tommy?
even if they Marvin the Martian was great. Even if they got top dollar for that converter was like $200. It's just
Denise does a good Marvin the Martian.
The thieves would rather steal. And that's just how it is.
Yep, that's exactly right, Paul. I saw a thing the other day on the Green Bay Packers. Somebody says here something about Bears Packers fans. Green Bay Packers were started in 1919.
Weigald says he wants to go up to Cerro Gordo. I don't think Cerro Gordo is going to have any value left after Brett gets done with it. It'll be nothing but a tourist thing.
McKay's got a question for you, Zach.
Winter.
Yep, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Spring and fall.
I don't know what Cerro Gordo is.
You never watched Ghost Town Living or Alone in My Ghost Town?
No.
The guy's name is Brent. Him and a bunch of investors went in and they bought a mostly abandoned ghost town, and he made a YouTube channel and got himself pretty famous doing it, pretending he was living alone in it, which he was for the first few months. But then I lost favor with him because he's lying about being alone. He's lying about the amount of help he has, and he's turning this abandoned ghost town into a tourist attraction, or he's trying to, and showing his trials and tribulations on the way and stuff like that. He had an interesting show when it began with, but I got turned off on the guy. He does go pretty deep in some mines, and he's learned some interesting skills. But Cerro Gordo was the biggest silver producer in California for I don't know how many years.
Oh, it's a mine?
It's a whole ghost town.
Oh, okay. Good evening, Mr. Dennis. KCMD is in the house. Welcome, Dennis.
So his old ones are interesting. I just lost favor with him.
Mystic says Daffy Duck, the god of frustration. There's Back Road Hillbillies here tonight. Welcome.
Yeah, Weigold, I'll trash him on some other stream about why I don't like him.
Tom's a mechanic. Import converters here so far, 400 to 1,000.
But that's not what the thieves are getting.
No. First, I have to show ID to turn in my brass scrap from metal detector.
Well, you got to show ID to turn in a lot of that crap down here. Guy I used to work with, he went down to
So where are they selling the converters at, on the black market, Zach?
Yeah. Well, the guy I used to work with, he went down to our local recyclers and he's like, "How much you pay for converters?" And he does a little shady look around. $5 a pound. And that's like a converter weighs like 5 pounds. So this guy's buying converters for $25, maybe $50 that cost somebody else $600, $700, $800 because we're California. We have to have California compliant converters, basically double the price. And it goes all the way up. Our real converter buyers, the legal guys, will give us $200, $300, $400. If it's a converter off like a Prius, what are your most valuable ones? If it's a converter off like a Prius, then you could get $500, $600 for them.
What would cost one of those to replace?
On a Prius, probably $1,500, $2,000.
Wow. AU Divers is Space Ghost. I remember Space Ghost. I watched Space Ghost as a kid.
Space Ghost was too old for me. I watched 80s cartoons.
Now, see, by 80s, I was already out of high school. I was already in college, Dad.
Yeah, well, 80s, I was sitting on the living room floor with my legs crossed. No, going out and playing for 20 minutes.
I was sitting on the carpet at my parents' house with the burnt orange shag carpet and the avocado green appliances, Shane. How about that? See, Mark, I'm not falling for that tonight, Mark. I'm not falling for that tonight. Johnny Quest, there's another one.
Rob's not believing in us on anything Tesla for a long time.
Yeah, I'm going to try and stay up on that one.
Well, it's just like the refrigerators they got in Teslas. Those are really expensive.
The what? The refrigerators?
Yeah, the refrigerator that's in the Teslas. You know about those?
I know you can buy an aftermarket one for the front area.
No, the one in the center console.
And what model?
I'm screwing with you.
I was going to say, I hadn't heard that.
Honda Ridgeline has one, but
are you serious, Mystic?
What?
I actually got to go on MacDill Air Force Base once back when they still had the F-15 and they were a fighter jet base. They lost their fighter jets and they were on the chopping block to have it closed. But the problem is MacDill Air Force Base sits on the furthest end of Tampa Bay, and basically we're the biggest threat detection coming from South America or Cuba. So there was no way that the military wanted to let that base get shuttered. So they finally turned it into refueling tankers. And then they also run Central Command, which ran both the first and the second Gulf Wars are run out of the command center. But when they still did the F-15s, I was a explorer, police explorer advisor for my department, and the chief advisor arranged it for our troop to go out there and tour MacDill, and we got taken out on the runway line. They let the kids climb up the ladder and look into the cockpit of the F-15. So I actually did get to go on the MacDill base once.
There's a couple of fighter jets pretty close to me. It's about a two-mile hike that have been abandoned in the desert. They're on a military base, but not by much. Hello, Inspire. That you can actually go and look to, and they're not really looted. They're trash, but they're not really looted. That's a pretty interesting hike. But also, I was talking with another off-roader. He found a helicopter.
Cool.
I mean, it's been damaged or whatever, but it's like they flew it in and landed it there, and then it's just never moved since. He found where the helicopter was. I'd love to go out and film that. Hello, Buckle Boy.
Yeah, why go? Just because Tesla doesn't have a service van yet that's electric. They are starting to use the Tesla Semi to deliver Tesla vehicles to the new showrooms. And I guess they just delivered another 10 or 20 to PepsiCo.
Well, the service vans are so popular right now; they're really hard to get.
Wow, Jim Steele says, by 1980, I was out of the Air Force and metal detecting. Way to go, Jim. NorCal says, Toyota made a minivan that had an ice maker in it. You were saying that because, Zach, I was saying, there is an aftermarket. I watched one of my Tesla channels, and there is an actual aftermarket company that makes a small refrigerator that's got rounded, and it fits right down in the trunk. It runs on I guess like you plug-in electric lighter, and had a guy take his family camping in just the Model 3. It's got the hatchback that you can attach the tent to that too, and they put a lot of hot dogs and drinks and stuff in that little cooler in the back of that Tesla. There's Buckle Boy. Good evening, Buckle Boy. Ouch, Mary. We are good here, Buckle Boy. Jim Steele says, yes, Mary, I am old. They haven't hooked this. Tesla has not hooked up the semis to the self-drive yet. They have the capability, but I don't think they're testing any semis yet without a driver in it.
Well, if they went to the semis, they would have to get approved with DOT. And
Absolutely.
What's in the Plug does something for the trucking industry. I don't know what, but DOT is like a cop on steroids. They are some picky little ones, and they would never, never approve a self-driving semi. There's just too many variables.
Optimistic. I think before he decides to do electric trains, because that's already been done. Supposedly, hang on, I want to make sure I get this right. Supposedly, Honda's the one working on an electric airplane right now.
Well, the electric trains are somebody's gonna do 100% electric trains on the freight scale, because state of California is mandating it. So somebody's gonna have to come out with an electric train on the freight scale. They were trying to do a real big railroad expansion in my town, and they were going to do that to get the shipping containers out of the ports of LA. But the state of California killed it, because they want the company to invest $8 million a year into electric train technology, or put into a fund, so that by some certain year not very far away, they could have only electric trains moving trains in the yard. And by some other year, 5 or 7 years after that, they wanted full electric freight train engines. And the railroad companies are trying to tell, the Air Resource Board in the state, do you understand how much power we use? One locomotive engine can power an okay sized town, 20, 30, 40,000. I don't know exactly how many people, but there's some town in the Midwest somewhere, I don't know exactly where, they actually have a locomotive. They had some kind of power outage, whatever, and they had the bright idea of bringing a locomotive in, and they had an electrician wire it into the town. So they actually, in the center of town, they have this locomotive sitting there that's hardwired into the town, that if the town loses power, they can shut off the external.
So back up. There you go.
And, wow. and they can do that because the locomotives generate so much power.
Miss Charlie, welcome to the chat. Inspired Doodle, hello. That's right. Inspired Doodle's one with the Tigger thumb.
Yeah, Shannon Dalton.
Good evening, Mr. Gold Painting Dutchy Jocko said very early there. I guess Grandma Kay got to meet Jim for 3 days. That's way cool. She's just had a great trip. Wow, yeah, he says DOT's on, like Zach says, is cops on steroids.
Oh no, they call me up in the middle of the night. I mean, we're talking 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and these drivers are desperate for a mud flap. And usually I'm irritated.
Curious.
Yeah, usually I'm irritated when they call me that early in the morning, especially for something stupid. I'm like, just drive to the next truck stop. No, you don't understand. I need a mud flap. And it's kind of one of those things. I don't think it would matter what it costs, within reason.
Yeah, but see now, a lot of those aren't those truck stops open 24 hours, and you can stop there, pick one up, and take it to the guy if they won't let him move the truck.
Yeah, I could.
I imagine that's a pain in the ass for you, but
yeah, I don't work on them, so I commonly just decline the job, but I could.
Dirt Devil, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little while tonight.
Yeah, Relic, I don't know exactly what town it was. There was something in the Midwest. They have a locomotive sitting in the middle of the town that they hot wired into their power grid to give them power when they need it.
Good luck, Dennis. Going to a 1940s football stadium tomorrow. Hope to find some silver. Good luck, Dennis.
Yeah, what's in the plug? If they called me at a more decent hour when I'm thinking more clearly, I would be quicker to do that. But they call me at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was thinking about the amount of effort I'd have to go through to do it. Just didn't want to do it.
There you go. Zach, I don't know if that's a town you were talking about, but there you go. Use a diesel electric locomotive for power to this building.
Yeah, this one powered the entire town, or a large portion of it. Hello, Thomas 907.
There you go, Magna Man. Thomas 907, good evening. All right, we got this sticker pack here tonight. We got Magna Fishing. We got Johnny's Corner. I like this one. Morning Campers. Mavy's Adventures. Cape Cod Magna Cruise since 2023. Pops Magna Fishing. And Bad Idea. This is going to be a hell of a sticker pack, guys.
Nice.
I guess we already gave away all the 420 stickers.
Well, you could always offer up the 420 stickers. You never know who's going to accept.
I think we gave them away already on Saturday night.
Yeah, you did one pack, I think. 2
Yes,
Saturday
I
nights.
think that was probably the ones that in there. All right, guys, this is for a sticker pack. Let me put I think the one person I do not have in is Miss Charlie. Let's add her to the races. All righty, guys, this is for a sticker pack of 7 or 8 stickers. Shuffle a second time and shuffle a third time.
Mr. Menix is letting you know that he'll add a silvergram to the DAL.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Minix. Boom. Marty says Scott must be present to win. All righty, 3, 2, 1.
See, I like reading about some of the train disasters. Go ahead, Rob. Hello, Jacko. Yeah, well, the disasters are interesting for me to read. If you don't already watch the channel, UCSB does like 15-minute videos usually on chemical disasters around the country and other parts of the world, but maybe around the country. They're pretty informative. UCSB. Jake Paul, no clue. Drain the Oceans is cool to watch. Another one that's cool to watch is Life Without People. It doesn't say how people died, but it just says if every person on the planet disappeared instantly, what would happen to everything around. Yeah, that's a YouTube
I've seen a
channel.
couple of those. Those are very interesting.
I didn't say anything, Mystic. I've been rather calm tonight. I've got plenty of irritating circumstances around me.
Alrighty, guys. Ronnie's fading. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Dirt Clod Patty? Or is it going to be Stu?
Stu, are you here? Yeah, Life Without People is a good show. UCSB's interesting. Deadliest Roads is always interesting.
Is Ice Road Trucker still on?
Yeah, they're on YouTube. It's some kind of crappy version of it.
Oh, okay.
Deadliest Roads is interesting.
Is Stu here still? Stu, if you're here, speak up.
I haven't seen Stu yet. If you were in the top 5, speak up. Dirt Clod, if you're here, speak up in case we can't find Stu. Same with Martin Bishop. I'm sure he's here.
Yep, I know Martin Bishop's here, so yep. I don't see Miss Dirt Clod Mary. Or Patty, excuse me.
Let's see.
Good call.
Yeah, I don't see Stu as being taggable, and mine usually holds on to the taggables for a long time. So if we do we have Dirt Clod or Martin here?
Nope, Martin's here.
I say we give it to Martin.
Let's go with Martin Bishop. Congratulations, Martin.
There you go, Martin. And who is DAL for that 1 gram silver from Mr. Minix?
All right, let's
Oh, Martin Bishop? Yeah, Martin Bishop, sir. You won, Martin.
there he is, the man Gregory Gibson.
Gregory Gibson, are you here?
He is definitely here. He is taggable.
Minix, throw your email in chat so Gregory Gibson can get a hold of you. Just about all of the shows that used to be on History or Discovery, they all spun off and made their own YouTube channel. You know, Gas Monkey Garage, all of them. I was just looking through, I was trolling one day or whatever, and I ran across Gas Monkey Garage, which I don't watch them, but I'm watching this show. So this dude's been in TV production for over 10 years, and it's still the same thing. A pile of parts, a bunch of screaming and yelling, and we're going to rebuild this car in 32 hours. Every one of them's like the first one. It's annoying. Yeah, Tom, that's pretty high up there.
Gregory Gibson says, I'm here. There we go. That's the 2 winners. Gregory, get with Mr. Minix. Congratulations. And I saw a couple other people come in while I was doing the race. I know, Magnum Man, we just do 1 master list for ducks now. That way we don't forget anybody. Bart, you're there, but you didn't win anything. Yeah, you didn't finish in the top part, but you were there. I know somebody just came in. Martin, yes, I have your info, sir. If you sent me your address before, I shall find it. Ancient Rick says, I see my duck.
That's surprising itself anymore.
I know somebody came in. I wanted to make sure I said hi to him.
Later, Nick Molnar.
Have a good night, Nick.
Mystics, there's a cave painting of his duck once.
Joey Brown, there we go. Good evening, Joey. Shane, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. You want to come up, buddy?
Who?
ORH Shane.
Oh, Shane? Shane wouldn't come hang out with you.
That's true. Oh, good coffee.
Yeah, that's better than home stuff. Whenever I get road coffee, I choke it down just because I need coffee, but I prefer what I make.
How far out do you go on your, like for your service calls? How far out will you go?
150 miles one way. 140 one way.
Wow.
I went out on one earlier this week. It was 90 miles one way for this custom lowered truck that they put a car trailer on and all that. And they burnt the brake lines pulling this 16-mile hill outside of Baker, California. They burnt the brake lines. But the kicker is, I mean, it's been like that forever. Well, they wouldn't have had a problem if they didn't have the bed full of stuff in the car on the trailer. But the kicker of it is they were 90 miles out from where I'm at, which also means they were supposed to change freeways in my city. They were supposed to change from the 15 to the 40. So they were 90 miles in the wrong direction.
Look, he did come up.
That's
Just because I
impossible.
wasn't listening doesn't mean I wasn't paying attention.
Just
And my
because he
channel-
wasn't
my
listening
channel
doesn't mean
is-
you wasn't paying attention.
Is my channel actually letting him come up?
Oh, is that the issue here? Well, you're on StreamYard. It has nothing to do with your YouTube channel.
That's true, but I can see the ORH shorts, but well, let me see the other.
Better, Donna.
Mr. Sheldon, good evening, Mr. Sheldon. I couldn't see, again, Shane, I couldn't see your regular Ohio River history. I saw your ORH shorts. And we're
Yeah,
on
I know.
StreamYard. Evening, Captain Vic. That's the other name I wanted to say hi to. Lurker Supreme, Mystic says. Oh, it looks like Mr. Zach had a phone call. Wow, I didn't realize he went out 150 miles on service calls. That's a hell of a long way. That's
Yeah.
that's like 3/4 of the way from me going up to see Charlie. It's 100 miles to Gainesville from here, and that's a 2-hour and 10-minute drive. So he's looking at least a 2.5 to 2-hour and 40-minute drive one way to service those vehicles.
You know, I don't miss the service van whatsoever. I remember getting called out in the middle of the night. It just was a nightmare.
I imagine that's what those record drivers have to do too that are on call.
Oh yeah, it's got to be fun.
We used to have certain detectives on call at the police department, and they always wanted to be on call because they got to take home, plainclothes vehicle for the week, so it made their life something. They saved a lot of money. But then when it came time to call them out, they were like, "Oh, I just had dinner with my family. I've had a couple beers. I can't come in," and they would always blow it off. And I'm like, we had some really lazy ass detectives.
Yeah, people that like money, they want to milk it out, but then they don't want to hold up their end of the deal.
We actually had a canine officer that was so good and so aggressive. We had 4 canines in our department, and he had more catches and more tracks than the other 3 combined. And they used to get with him and say, "You need to slow down and take it easy and make us look bad." He says, "No, you need to get off your freaking ass and do something out there."
Just imagine for one second that all our police departments were properly trained and had the right mental training prior to, and actually cared about doing a good job. How much better this world would be.
Yeah, I spoken as a former police officer, Shane. I can't tell you how many interactions I've had with police officers that have just that have just disappointed me so much. And then yet, every now and then, Denise's parents were getting calls from a scammer out in California, telling them he needed to transfer money because he was a bank official. And on another phone call, he was saying something about being a state officer. And so finally, they were going to send money to this guy. So we went down there.
Later, Jim.
They got so upset with us that it was a scam that Denise's parents could just get out of the house. So we had to call the sheriff's office. And luckily, we got a deputy. This had happened to his grandmother. So he knew the whole routine. He knocked on the door. He was very empathetic with them. He really took the time to explain to them what this was. And, yeah, we got a really good deputy there. He really did his job and saved Denise's parents a lot of money. And then when they kept trying to call back, I'd get on the phone and I'd try to explain to the guy that I was law enforcement. "No, you're not." I go, "Listen, you can't be a bank officer and a state officer at the same time. That's illegal. You can't do that. You can't hold 2 positions, one for the state and one for a bank executive. So we know you're full of shit from some other country." So
I read one the other day about this old man. They were trying to scam him or whatever, and he was fed up with life or something like that. So he finally agreed to give him the money. They sent an Uber driver over to pick up the money. He murdered the Uber driver.
There's that lady that does the YouTube shorts that's got the Alexa voice. Oh my God, she's hilarious messing with them with the Alexa voice. She is just great. They get so frustrated with her.
Oh, if you want to see a funny one, there's a channel called Scammer Payback where the dude actually speaks some Hindi.
Oh, he's great. That guy's great. I forget his name, but he did a thing here last year, and I didn't realize it until we watched it. He organized 100 people. He set up a telephone room in some local company that's like a software company. He worked with the software company, and they gave him office space in the downtown office building. And he recruited like 100 volunteers that were computer savvy. And as I'm watching this thing, I realized that this was taking place in downtown Tampa, in an office building. And for like 3 days, they did nothing but zero in and find out the addresses and URLs of scamming things. And they were shutting down scamming things. But yeah, it's that same guy that you were talking about that knows him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Greg.
Yep.
The police officers that I'm talking about is like the town that I live in. I live next to a state park where there's a playground, and then the street out here by my house, people drag race up and down at all hours of the day and night. Every time they pull out, they spin their tires, and we ask kindly for a patrol out here because we're scared that there's going to be a little kid get hit crossing the road. And they don't do it because all the police officers on the city force are the same age as the ones that are spinning out, and it's all their buddies and stuff. And they just don't seem to really do much around here. The state troopers around here are great. It's the city and county officers that absolutely suck.
A quarter of the time they're doing it too, but I got a better one for you. When they transitioned over from Crown Vics to transitioned over from Crown Vics to Dodge Chargers, I was at my shop one day and I was standing out in front of the shop, and I heard a couple of cars take off drag racing from the stoplight, which was just down the street. We were on a relatively short street there, and I knew the sounds, and I'm standing out there and I watch a cop Charger drag racing a cop Crown Vic.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. Yeah, it's just that nobody really wants to do what's right. I think everybody just wants their paycheck and to go home and not have to deal.
That's it.
That's the guy's name, Zach Pierogi. That's the guy's name.
Yeah, Pierogi.
Yeah, Shane, I will be the first to admit that I graduated the police academy at 23, pretty fresh out of college, wet behind the ears, and became an officer right after my birthday at 24. And I can tell you right now, 24-year-olds should not have that kind of authority in a gun as a police car, because I was an arrogant asshole. And you have to learn from that. I think the only people that age should be a police officer is somebody that's put in 4 or 6 years in the military, that's learned the discipline, learned how to deal with people. Yeah, you shouldn't probably become one at least 26 or 27. I will admit that now.
Somebody made the comment that it's all professions anymore. And you know what? It's the older generation. Zach, how old are you?
41.
41?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there at the cutoff, bro. You're right there at the cutoff.
Some hard miles.
I mean,
well, Shane, you're right. I agree with you. It's a generation. My buddy, my old partner in the police department, way after I left, he wound up becoming a sergeant. And I would have never, ever considered calling a sergeant or lieutenant by their first name. They would sir, LT, or sergeant, or captain. And these guys walk around calling a supervisor by not only a first name, but a nickname. And I'm like, that shit was unheard of 20, 25 years ago. That was sir or lieutenant or sergeant, and you use their last name, and maybe if the two of you were in an informal setting with just the two of you, but you never did that in groups of people in front of people. That person got. I remember my police department sending me to Tampa Airport to pick up a detective coming back from a case from out of state, and they had me in dress uniform, and he get off that plane. I saluted him and escorted him to the car and opened his door. And that's the respect you gave a senior physician 25, 30 years ago. And,
Well, you see, here's one. I don't know how bad it was for the Gen Xers. Technically, I'm the very high end of a millennial, but I'm more like an Xennial. But in my generation of my friends, there are people like me who are quite frankly in the prime of their lives or slightly over. You know, we're old enough and smart enough to do the stuff right the first time, brave enough to go and do it, and still young enough to be able to do it. You know, where the 40s is about your most capable time in life. Yeah. But there are people that I've gone to school with, friends of mine, former friends of mine, whatever you want to say. These are some of the most worthless, uneducated, unmotivated people on the planet. You'll see them or whatever. Hey man, did you play that new so-and-so video game? I'm like, when the hell do you have time for a video game? I'm like, did you hear so-and-so had a day off? How did that happen?
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. That's why YouTube went to shorts, because TikTok was eating their lunch, because the generation under 25 or 27, that 15 or 30 seconds is their attention span. They don't tell you that.
They don't even fully hit that.
And YouTube was losing all those young viewers and to TikTok. So, I mean, I'm not complaining, because shorts have, you know, Shane's giving me a lot of help with shorts. Metal Tech and Randy's giving me a lot of help with shorts. He's helped Shane. He's helped Blind Shane. Oh, Mr. Shane, Blind Shane broke down and bought a Knox 800.
Wait, what?
Blind Shane, the treasure hunter, that's been using his AT Pro for 10, 12 years.
He bought a new machine?
A Knox 800.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Look, just put it into perspective. You know, he only gets the sound aspect of it. So him getting that machine set up and used to that change has got to be a pain in the butt.
And it's funny because the AT Pro's got actual buttons, and he can feel those buttons, whereas on the Knox, it's just a touchpad. But yet, when he came down here and hunted Clearwater Beach with me, I had my 600, my 800, so I gave him one of them. And just for the 5-minute tutorial, being blind, Shane was out there finding stuff with my 800. He's a sharp guy. Yep, there you go, J. Paul. Shorts were easier to.
Shorts did good for me.
Yeah. There you go, Greg. I remember when skydiving was dangerous and going to school was safe. Yeah, I don't think 50s and 20s for me. I can tell you that.
I got to embrace that. The 50s are the new 20s, because that's where I'm at. So.
I read it.
That is a great Kmart commercial.
Well, Mary, if you're feeling like you're 80, that's pretty good, being born in 1865 and all.
Shane the Blind Treasure Hunter is an inspiration, guys. He really is. We haven't seen him in a few weeks. He's been going through really tough times, guys. Through a really ugly divorce. Pretty down, but he was in Zoom Wednesday night, and it was damn good to see him. He looked really good.
Good.
There's Mr. Brock, and I shipped my pants too for NorCal. There you go, Rob. Just stay away from him. But I will tell you this, Shane, as an ex-cop, these auditor channels that go around and hang out in public places till they get bothered by the cops. Oh, I'm an independent journalist. No, you're not. You're there to incite the cops, okay? You're there to try and get a settlement. You're there to try and get YouTube. I'm here for a story. No, you are the story, okay? And if they ignored you, you wouldn't have a channel, okay? They're just trying to make the cops look bad. I get really mad at those channels.
Yeah, they're
go ahead, Zach.
they're ridiculous channels. I've actually, you know, they want to be so anti-law, but the first thing they want to cite on anybody, you know, if a general member of the public wants to call them out and give them a beating for it or whatever, I'll call the cops. I don't care.
Yeah.
Come outside.
Yeah, cry wolf enough and nobody's going to come, okay?
I'm sure they would come real fast if they told them, hey, you know that guy with the camera who was bugging you at the police station? Yeah, some dude's whooping his ass down at the Dairy Queen. We're on our way. Hey, Fred, you want to walk today? Yeah, I could use the exercise.
You know, the thing about those channels is their point is well taken, but there's got to be a much better way to get it across than try to instigate an unstable police officer to do something stupid.
Well, we have a weird law here in Florida. Zach's going to be in it. We have a weird law in Florida, and I guess it was written way back in the days when everybody had a shotgun in the back of their truck.
Yep.
You can actually open carry a weapon on the way to fishing or hunting, okay? So we have a guy here, we have one guy here in the Tampa Bay area that straps an AR-15 semi-automatic machine gun on his shoulder, and then he carries a fishing rod with like 3 pieces of bait. And he parks in the furthest place he can, Zach, and he walks the furthest he can to get to his fishing spot. And then obviously he's passing by hundreds of tourists, and people are losing their minds seeing a guy walking around with an AR-15. So they call half a dozen cops. They surround the guy, and then the guy does a video of being harassed by the cops. And he's not carrying that AR-15 because the law says he can and he needs to. He's just doing it to make a video.
That's it. Just because technically the law says you can doesn't mean that you should.
Yep, I agree with you there, Mary. We are weird here.
You guys also have some great sheriffs down there, though. You got to love Grady.
Oh, I whenever he's on the news, Zach, which is quite a bit, he's 2 counties over from us, but he's still within our viewing area for like our Channel 8 news. Whenever he comes on and he's got all the pictures in the background, he's telling what the criminals did and all these people. He's got all the photos lined up of everybody they arrested some sting. Denise's like, why are you screaming at the TV? They can't hear you. I'm like, I'm screaming. Why are you people committing crimes in Polk County? Don't you know who this guy is? Do not commit crimes in this town.
Yeah, just some of his press releases are so correct. You know,
he was the sheriff that said in a press conference, "Why did your officers fire 89 bullets?" And he went, "Because they didn't have 9."
Oh, and my favorite one for him is he says, in Florida, in our county, it is legal to shoot at someone who's breaking in your home. Matter of fact, we prefer you do. You know, if you're to the homeowner who missed, we have firearm chance classes every Saturday. It was hilarious.
Wow, Scott.
Oh, Scott, there's a county in Wisconsin. I believe it's Dresser, Wisconsin. They don't get any federal money for their roads from the feds, obviously, because they won't enforce drunk driving laws. They don't adhere to the American standard of drunk driving.
Yeah, Grady Judge, Top Shelf Shannon says, and yeah, fairy dust. People originally were getting snakes, and then they would get too big, and they were releasing them. And now the pythons are overrunning the native species in the Everglades. And they actually have the tags that you can buy. Python hunting now, just like they tag the alligators.
Yeah, there's some guy that walks around the swamp snagging those invasive species, different lizards, different pythons and stuff. He's got an interesting show. I only really see him in shorts, but he's like, oh, a chameleon, you know, that's not native here, yoink. You know, same with pythons, you know, he's out I think his subtitle is looking for the 20-foot python or something like that.
They have a YouTube video here. I'm trying to find it right now.
I mean, you can never stop the population anymore, but you can try and keep them down. I think I've seen the Fridays of Frank Weigel.
Oh yeah, here it is right here. The police got called to this guy with his alligator in the road, so they called a trapper.
Yeah, I saw that.
Welcome to Florida, guys.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Yep. This is Jackson. Yeah, Jackson. Listen up, Pipe. Look at this guy. He ain't messing around.
Well, obviously being from California, I've never wrestled an alligator, but it kind of seems like one of those situations where you either have to do it or not. There is no.
Yeah, you have to commit.
I guess I'll try.
We actually in the police academy had a guy from Freshwater Fishing Commission come in and had a 4-footer, and they taught you how to do exactly what that guy did. Get on their back in that one spot, and then you tilt the mouth up, and then the first thing you do is tape up the mouth, and then you tape the little legs together, and then you carry him to your cruiser. But all he's now, I don't know if he's a catch and release into a lake, or if he's the kind they allow to sell for the meat print. But a lot of the alligators are caught. They just re-released to another lake that's got less population.
I watch, and then some of them they do the breeding for the skins and all that. Don't get Brockton in here.
No, we won't do any Python stickers for he does. Oh.
Yeah, Brockton's probably already on it.
Yeah, he's probably working on it right now.
He is. You can hear his laptop humming from here.
Wow, Mystic says Python's good eating. I've never eaten snake. I've
neither.
never had gator yet either. I know Denise has had gator.
I've had alligator. I've not had python.
And I actually have tried escargot on the Disney cruise. I tried snail and garlic butter. It was really good. Probably about the most exotic thing I've tried is deer meat, is venison.
Yeah, to me, alligator tasted like a firmer form of chicken.
Yes, it does, Scott. Good man. The last time Troy and I stopped to get a turtle across the road, Troy was halfway across the highway when the turtle peed on him for the whole 10-second walk, and he didn't want to drop it, so he just got peed on for the whole 10 seconds he was carrying the turtle. It was great.
See, that was what I was waiting for watching that guy carry the gator off the road. I was waiting for the gator to piss on him.
But that's still not as good as the guy that wrestled the alligator that took his little dog in its mouth, and he wrestled the alligator with the cigar in his mouth, and the cigar never came out of the guy's mouth. And he got his dog.
Everybody was so proud of that guy, but that gator was like 2.5 feet long. They're like, he wrestled a gator. Let's see him do that with a Rottweiler.
Yeah, right.
Now it was a lot bigger gator, Zach, but we actually had a gator take a little old lady out of her nursing home. They had a bench right next to the lake, and the old people used to sit there and feed the alligator, even though they had a sign that said "Do not feed." And she was sitting on that bench, and this alligator came up, grabbed her, and whisked her away to the middle of that lake. Yep, and Rick says, I have a friend that rescues gator. I'm going to pull up that one with the guys. We'll see how big that is.
Yeah, we don't have any gator wrestlers around here.
Wow, you type that in, it comes up as the first video.
Which one? The guy that saved the dog from the gator?
Yeah, you're right. It was a fairly small gator, Zach. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, everybody talks about him. I'm like, yeah, that guy is cool. And then when I actually saw the video, I'm like, that wasn't much of a gator. Saved his dog from a gator. I mean, that's a gator, all right.
I gotta admit, though, he never loses a cigar.
He doesn't. I mean, it's cool.
But you're right. He's lucky that gator wasn't any bigger. That's a little St. Charles Cavalier. It's the kind we have over here at the house. Oh, yeah, Mystic. Don't mess up your car.
Fact of the matter is, I wonder how big that gator would have had to been for him to think twice about going in after it.
Yep.
Well, I saw an interesting fact. They were talking about that alligators never really die. It was either alligators or crocodiles. I forget which one. Never really die of old age. They actually die from starvation because they can't find enough food because they're so big and need so much food.
Wow. I bet that's crocodiles.
Yeah, I was thinking. But I mean, you got to admit, these things have been around since dinosaurs. Roadkill gator in southern Louisiana. Hell, in southern Louisiana, some good old boy's going to stop, put that in the back of the truck. And
Oh yeah, then free dinner tonight. Mama, go get some eggs. We're having gator for dinner.
Well, Shane,
Yes,
you
sir.
look forward to your trip, buddy?
Yeah, most of my stuff is on its way down there right now. I shipped it out, and as long as it makes it down there
Did you
okay.
ship your pants, Shane?
What's that?
Did
Yeah,
you
I
ship
shipped
your
my pants.
pants?
I did. I shipped my pants, literally. I shipped my pants and my shoes, and man, I shipped everything.
Where are you
Yeah,
going? Florida?
what's that?
You're hunting Florida?
No, we're gonna go down and spend a couple weeks with Gene in St. Croix. We dig it.
Oh, nice.
Gene's going to
Brian's
put them on
staying
that
for a month.
1700 plantation, I hope.
Yeah, listen, man, there is that island has a lot of good stuff on there. There is a ton of history. Pirate treasure is possible. I'm pretty stoked.
Him and Higgles are going down.
Mm.
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a trip.
The only thing I'm not really prepared for is driving on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, because is it a British island?
No, but they do drive on the left side of the road there.
I had to get used to that over in England, Shane. I'm telling you, that was a real using the clutch with your other foot and your yeah, it's wild.
The one that's going to stress it out is my wife, because now she'll be closest to the traffic on the right-hand side of the car, and she freaks out. So she might just crawl in the trunk and go to sleep.
It just doesn't seem natural the way they drive over there.
The hells. He'd have been more afraid of his wife if he hadn't went after the dog. That's probably true.
Well, you know, some overgrown lizard goes after your dog.
Yeah, there is a couple Kmart's left on the islands.
Yep. There's a Kmart. There's no Walmart down there, but they have a Kmart. I haven't shopped in Kmart since like 1987.
I worked at Kmart in the late 90s.
Did you really?
Yeah, that was my first job.
I was turning some halves in the bank the other day, and I was talking about a blue light special, and the one teller started laughing, the older teller, and the younger goes, I don't know what you two were talking about. I go, Kmart blue light special. She goes, no, don't have any reference. She was that young, she'd never heard of Kmart or blue light special.
The one I worked at was a big Kmart, a big K.
Big K.
They were so disorganized compared to Walmart. This is like 98, 99. Walmart, you see hundreds of employees walking around everywhere doing nothing. At the big Kmart that is the exact same size as the Walmart was in our town, there would be 8 people on shift in the entire store. 8. And I always did my own thing there, but I could walk around with a customer for 45 minutes or an hour helping them out. And the manager'd be like, "Hey man, you got work to do." Well, I was taking care of the customer. We know, but you got to stay on task. It was ridiculous. I had a good time
I think Shane should do a video, a short on a blue light special. Absolutely, Chris.
there. Yeah, where's he going to find that?
There's one on the island down there.
Chances of them still doing blue light specials.
I'll tell you what. Let's run one more race before we take off tonight, Shane.
Night, Mrs. Kendu.
Let's run one more silver race, and then we're going to call it a night. The first job was selling circus tickets on the phone for the Shriners. Wow. Does anybody remember Zoe's? Nope, never heard of Zoe's. Mrs. Kendu, have a good night. All right, guys, we're going to run one more race tonight.
Did any of you guys catch any of the video of Autism Mary down at the Gold event, Freedom Fest?
I didn't.
No, I'll check that out.
Well,
I want to see Jim Steele and Grandma Kelly, too.
They talked Mary into going to Freedom Fest or whatever. Everybody said in person she's a completely different person. She's really, really nice. And
well, none of us believe that.
no, actually, I've heard that tale several times. I've heard people talk about she's the nicest person ever in person until you leave again and she starts biting.
Oh, for real. I've spent time with her personally 2 times outside of, you know, a live stream. Both times once I was stopping through on my way home, and once I stopped at her husband's family reunion and hung out with her and Joe. Mary's she's just all mouth in here. She's a sweetheart.
Alrighty, guys, shuffle characters one more time. This is going to be for a barber dime tonight as our last race of the night. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Mr. Minix, for offering up the silver tonight for DAL for Gregory Gibson. I'm actually going to try not to get to bed at 3:30 this morning.
Yeah, I got to be up in just about 5 hours.
Well, thank you, sir.
Oh,
it was really Mary. Oh. Tom Kingery for Charlie. Good luck, everybody. White Gold says, come on, Ducky, I need a barber dime.
Oh, you work on Sundays, don't you, Shane?
Yes, sir. Unfortunately.
Pros and cons to working on Sundays. Everybody gets strapped into the Saturdays and Sundays or your weekend or whatever. But the reality is most things are better on the weekdays to have off. More businesses are open. Less people are out doing stuff.
Oh, the one nice thing about working Sundays as a police officer is that your traffic was so much lighter. And on Sunday nights, hardly anything was going on. You could have a nice, quiet Sunday night. See, as you got older, you wanted the quiet nights. The young guys worked Friday, Saturday nights. They wanted the action. Then you hit 30 and you go, no, I'll take Friday, Saturdays off. But then again, in the fall, I always redid my schedule to take Sundays off so I could have football on.
Yeah, that's the only negative to not having Sunday is football. I like watching all the football all day.
Yeah, sir. All right, guys, we got 30 seconds left. We got a full Honda Ducks there. Zed's Place, Martin Randolph, Hobby A, Brian Orley A. Mystics up there, Sean. Oh, there's the 19-second fade. Who's going to stay? Captain Dick's up there. Mrs. Can Do, but she just left. Oh, here comes a bunch of ducks. Shannon Dalton. Treasure Hunting Duo. PA Relic Hunter.
Come on, Scott. I'm rooting for you.
513. 513.
Somebody else.
Well, we haven't seen Sadistic Picker tonight. I don't think we've seen Ron E. either.
If you were in the top 5, comment so we know you're here. Sadistic Picker, Ron E., 513 Diggs. Come Out Swinging might be here.
Come on, driver, you're here.
Ron E. is here.
Ron E. is here.
All right, well, I haven't seen Sadistic Picker all night, so Ron E. Ron E.'s going to get the barber dime. Boom. Make
Very
sure
nice,
he's leaving
Ron.
a comment.
He left a comment. I highlighted it.
Oh, yep, there you go. Boom. Well, guys, I'm actually going to go and try and get a little sleep tonight for tomorrow. Shane, you working tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
All All right, Mr. Zach. So I will hopefully see you in the morning, sir.
I'm only going to be there for about a half hour, maybe an hour.
Okay.
I already got my first call set up for the first thing in the morning. But I will.
Shane, thanks for popping in and spending some time with us tonight.
Anytime. Usually I'm in bed by now, but you know.
Well, I appreciate your time, sir. Zach, thank you for the co-hosting tonight. Appreciate it. And good people, we will see you at 9 in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Later, chap.
Yo.